Hello everyone and welcome to another great modern stream here in Boros MTG. Today we are playing a special deck, Eldrazi Tron, one of my favorite decks in modern currently. And we are playing the list that I have on my meta file with a full premiere and sideboard guide and everything about this deck. That I think it's quite well positioned in the format. From the exact 75 from Metafy, I'm changing one thing. I have been lately playing only 3 Thought here and a Talisman, but I'm cutting the Talisman today for the 4th Thought here. There's been an uptick on combo decks like Living End and Neoform, so this having the 4th Thought here should be good. For the rest, we are trying to get to Tron and cast big spells, wipe or 3 Alice Dust and 4 Ugin, wipe the board. If you enjoy my content, hit like and subscribe. We are playing round 1 against Dana. Played against them last week. And this hand has no fast mana. If we just rip the last Tron land, but that's probably not going to happen. I think mulliganing is better. Okay, this hand is similar. We have a Cothilex command. I think this hand on the draw is too slow. Or okay, I'm gonna mull. Okay. So, seems like we are mulling to 4. 4 is still a number where we could get there. So, yeah, keep. I'm gonna put Mindstone, Dismember, and what's the last card I do not want? Turn 3 Thugnuts here. I could put back Eldrazi Temple. Yeah, I'm gonna try to rip the Tron land, or maybe a Labyrinth. A tumble to 4. You cannot have much more. Usually I prefer to keep a hand that has 1 Tron, a Devourer, instead of a hand that has 2 Tron lands and no Devourer. Because then Devourer is anything. Okay, also not Pride. So this is Boros Energy. Tower, Power Plant, Karn. I don't want any of those cards. Ugin. Okay, Ugin could be good if we draw the missing Tron land. Boros Energy. In one is the game we should win. But maybe this does not happen. Flooded Strand, and what do they have? Guide of Souls, not the most dangerous of turn 2. Sire. Okay, we drew a lot of 7 drops. We need to draw a good spell now. Versus Power Plant, or at least a land that makes 2 mana. Aparte, thanks for the follow. I'm taking the time on the Surveil. They kept the card on top and a Johnny. So this could be Galvanic Discharge their cat. They were counting for 60%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they are 1 off City's Blessing. Okay, I'm gonna concede. Yeah, they drew Alice Dust. Maybe I can white 1 more turn. I think if they have Bombardment, I lose. They get another Surveil. But yeah, I'm probably dead here. Maybe if I draw exactly Ursa's Mine, I have a chance. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Now they have City's Blessing. Now they're gonna sacrifice the Ranger. Attack for a bunch. That's... I don't know if this is lethal. Ranger. Would be very sad if they have the Ranger and I draw the Ursa's Mine. Okay, yeah. Mono 7 drops. Yeah, we drew 4 7 drops, no lands. Things that happen. I put exile 3 lands, but not from the good ones. So Torpor Orb comes in, and I'm gonna cut double Thought here. Game 2. It's a Tron hand. This is a very strong hand. Could go wrong in some ways. Blood Moon, maybe a Charmau, but I'm gonna hit Tron before they hit Charmau mana. So this is just a classic Tron U hand. I could flute the Bloodborne Plains. That's not a Ragavan. Devourer, mine. Go. Match Flats. Ocelot Pride, yep. And here comes another Ocelot Pride. This is a lot of pressure. We might be forced to Alice Dust. What could this be? Ursa's Power Plant. So, like I have this weird looking Tron on Magic Online, not because of rental, the Tron I do own, because I want them to be different borders. So I have the Tron lands when they pop up in new border, old border, new border, so I see it easier. So No, 19. This can be Torpor Orb, Blood Moon. Gonna Torpor Orb and then upkeep. I'm gonna flute on Blood Moon. And take all the damage and try to get them with Aleph Dust. Encampment. So if they don't hit my mana base, I think I win. So this is 7 damage coming in. 7. The other card I fear is Bombardment, which could be bad, but whatever. End phase, yeah. Could also be a card. I'm gonna exile Devourer under this, because if they have double mana tide or something like that, and we cast Alice Dust, everything goes to dust. And opponent, it's your turn. So no Charmau, no Blood Moon, just Karn doing Karn things. Here comes a Chalice for 1. They might Galvanic me here. Okay, they concede. Yeah, when you have Tron, life is easier. Life is much easier. I'm gonna keep like this. There's a world where we want another Dognut Seer on the play to stop things, but I think this is fine. Game 3. This hand does not much. That's Torpor, but another way of getting ahead. So I'm gonna mull. Okay, yeah, this hand has potential. So I'm gonna put down Sire. I don't think Sire is that great of a card against Boros Energy. It's decent. Not like it's bad, but just double-edged sword. There's Sacred Foundry and this one, a Johnny. Where turn my map? Okay. Yeah, they're worried about me hitting Tron, so maybe I'm not that bad. Let's command this. I can Torpor. This stops the... They have Charmau. I'm gonna pass. I want to cash in the Cosyless command. Enough Glory. Exile target creature and scry. Arm goes to the bottom. I want to draw lands. The board is not a land. I need to draw a land. I have enough Glory, so will not have been Charmau. Bombardment and Ocelot gets discarded. I need to draw a land. Land, please. Okay, land is great. So here's Mind Stone into Torpor Orb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 mana land wins. Mokoriko, thanks for the 4 months of subscription. Blood Moon. Thank you, Mokoriko. So Blood Moon. Dismember. I'm a bit stuck on lands. Blood Moon. I think I'm gonna die. I think I'm going to die. What does... I'm gonna dismember the Pyromancer because the card is gonna do the most damage, but they could still do the same. I'm gonna play a Flute Seasoned Pyromancer to name it so that they don't get the tokens. And maybe I can get back from... This is... Okay, they cannot Pyromancer. What's this? Charmau. Okay, 5 mana Charmau. I think I'm dead. Okay, yeah, dead. Yeah, they had the dragon, but my Torpor, they drew into dragon plus Blood Moon with the Pyromancer. So yeah, that's game. Round 2 against N minor. We have a weird hand that does not do much. I'm gonna mull this. If I had a 7-drop, I would have kept, but with this... They tend to play Storm. The draw. I'm gonna mull again. Today we are not keeping many hands. That's not good for us. That's our second mull to 4. We have Tron. That's 5. Okay, so gonna keep Tron and the cards. They're on Storm. We will need to hit Karn. Maybe we get there with Ugin. If they play a Ral and pass the turn, but probably we're gonna get killed on turn 3 on the draw. Ral, yeah. Dismember is a good draw. Cosyless command. Yeah, that doesn't get there. And Rent Resolve. It's not mana. If this would be mana, I will be quite dead. Reckless and Ruined. I do have a ritual. So ritual time, and let's see how much we die. Double ritual, 5 mana, so they will see 4 new cards at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They could play Artist Talent for 2 mana. Reckless. They doesn't want to cycle. Those are 2 cards that doesn't do anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Okay, I'm dead. Dead. That's boarding against Storm. We take out the Alice Dust. We bring in the Flute, bring in the Chalice and the Cage. And here I'm gonna we'll bring in the Stonebrain, but always go Stonebrain. I'm gonna sideboard like this. I'm gonna bring in this Cityscape Leveler, deals with Medallion. So we don't have enough Tron. We have Flute that could be good. Mindstone. I'm gonna mull this. Okay, this hand is strong. I'm gonna put map back. We have a lot of mana. Devourer gets shown, so I guess it's Cosiless Command on top and pass. End of turn, I'm gonna name Ruby Medallion, Zombie Canyon, and ERC. Marina, thanks for the sub. 3 months. Ruby Medallion. That's the card I fear the most right now. Dragon Ray Channel is a strong card, but I can deal with this. I could also just Cosiless Command this and then maybe hold up this member. I'm gonna be proactive and play my 4/4. Having an aggressive line, it's fine. So, Ruby Medallion, Rituals. Here I'm gonna take Wish. The other 2 cards are the same, so Medallion was named by Disruptor Flutes, attack, and here I'm gonna pass. Probably Cosiless Command myself. I put a card on top. What does this mean? Land on top? Yep. This could mean a future Ral. 2 tokens, 2 cards. Loot, Thoughtnut Seer. I keep both. They're both fine. I'm gonna play the Thoughtnut Seer proactively so that if they have some kind of trick, I take it. Take Ral, attack. They're at 10. We have a 2-turn clock. 9. If they tap some Bucket Canyon, they are on a 3. Heretic Ritual. Need some kind of Rent Resolve or something like that. Ritual. What's this? What is happening? Ritual. Let's bring them to, or they want to do. I'm not sure. What's their game plan here? Target Foundry. They have Past in Flames, but this does not work. Go to 8. Ruby Medallion. Yeah. Okay. So they're at 8 and we have Lethal. They play the Ruby just for value. That's a lot of resources that got thrown away. 7. And that's Lethal. Maybe not. Maybe they have some attack with everything. And game 3. They have some Dragon Rage Channeler, Cityscape Leveler. I have some cards against that. Really worried about the DRCs. The DRCs give them value, which is a thing, but not like I'm really worried. Okay, the hand is quite strong. We have Flute, we have Cosilex, we have Stonebrain. A bit soft to the DRC hand, especially the double DRC, but Eldrazi Temple, Cosiless Command. I'm gonna keep the Eldrazi Temple. Devourer, Veil. And now upkeep, I name Medallion. Very hard to deal with a Medallion. So I don't know, it's their best card against us. Target Foundry. And we are rallying or not? Not yet. Here. Gonna Cosiless Command. They play a 3rd land. This is a draw spell. Yeah, sure. Can play the land. We have 5 cards in hand. Expedition Map, Ursa's Mine. I don't like any of those. Redraw another Ursa's Mine. The Stonebrain. I'm gonna take them down. They have the Grape Shot there. So, Monsoon Mage. Okay, Manamorphose. There is a world where we lose. Screenshot their deck. And yeah. At least naming Medallion was a good call. They could find another land, and with that land, play the Medallion. 1, 2, 3, that's 4. They can Ugin. They put Renters off into the graveyard. We'll need at least 1 more land. Ritual. Okay, they are starting to cycle Manamorphose. 1 Manamorphose. They find the land, so now they can Ritual and Medallion. Or can turn a sphere if I draw Karn. 3, 4. Ruby. They have no. Okay, knowing from their deck, they have 2 DRC. If I draw, okay, 5 mana Medallion. draw Karn or something like that. Devourer. Devourer does not do it. Brand Reckless. 4, 5. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna play my Ugin and see what happens. But I don't think this is a right spot to be versus power plant. I'm quite sure I should be dead. We have Manamorphose, Passive Flames, recast all the spells. Not like they have the best chance of winning, but they still are very able. Now with the Dragon Red Channel, I'm pretty sure I'm dying because they're just gonna put so many cards on top. So they have 2 Wish and they need to get to 2 Wish. Fast in Flames. Every spell they put into the graveyard is another redraw. So they're gonna look at the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that's 17. Yeah, top 17 seems like a decent number. I'm probably dying. Yeah. If I had half of this member, I would have kept this. Yeah, they drew the land and were able to deploy the medallion 1 turn earlier on schedule. If I had Karn is a strong card. Which, okay, I'm gonna concede. This is just game over. No reason to play games that don't go anywhere. Not the best start of this league. You buy ticks at... No, I sell ticks. Yeah, sure. On my Metafrail profile, you will find all my competitive Magic the Gathering content. You will get deck and sideboard guides, articles with ideas and analysis, and even the decks I will be playing in my next big tournament. I offer one-to-one coaching sessions to help take your game to the next level. Following is completely free, so hit the subscribe button and keep up with everything I post on metafy.gg. So round 3 against Tron, we are again on the draw. We have a very decent hand. There's 2 Tron lands plus the Border hand tend to get there on the partially, like you get to the Tron quite easy. You can find the missing Tron land or map. We're playing against Merfolk. I keep Coster's Command. Not like it's the best card, but it can help on getting to the point we want to get. Ether Vial takes up and they play something. I don't know how many cards like Spraying Seas they play nowadays, but for sure it's some Eldrazi Temple. So play maybe Coster's Command. I don't know. The attack for 2, maybe I don't play Coster's Command, but the attack for 3 is the one that draws cards. I could play the one that sacrifices and counters. They play white and have a Lord of Atlantis. Yeah, sure. Lord of Atlantis gets cast. And now they attack only with this. Block. Create token and exile. Could Force of Negation this. They could also maybe sacrifice Force of Negation or draw a card or play the Merfolk. Blade of Daniel. Okay, yeah, sure. 17. So they lost their chance of attacking. It's fine. Island Walk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have no cards in hand. Mindstone try to go to Ugin or Obnoxier block this. Next turn Devourer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, probably it's better to Devour. This is a lot of damage. We are getting 2 more damage, but next turn we are killing the Lord. We could also draw into Labyrinth, take a Vial. I shall kill the Tide Shaper in my turn. They drew a land. Okay, it's good for me. They attack and they want to draw. This draws 2 cards, and this puts a counter on each Merfolk. Devourer. Here the big question is, do I kill the Lord or do I kill the... It did not draw another Lord, so I guess I kill the Lord. Not sure of this. Alice Dust would have been a great card. You cannot exhaust more than once. The thing into stupor my Devourer. Harbinger of the Seas. Yeah, I'm not anymore in the Harbinger camp. Alice Dust. I could Ugin. Can Ugin Decivellum. I can... It's indestructible. And this draws cards, so... Darth, thanks for the follow. So I'm gonna Ugin Decivellum. It's indestructible, but it does not have... to draw a card with Ugin. Go to 13. I have colorless mana. They have 1 turn of drawing something. If not, we will just... So I guess they are... not... much alive. Cognate Seer, eat Harbinger. And now I can take mana and... Yeah, we won against Tideshaper, Flare, Magus, and some other cards. So Swamp is not very good. Disruptor Flute could be good. Not like it's amazing. The Tideshaper is a trigger. When Tideshaper enters the battlefield, yeah. So I guess Torpor is nice. I like Thognuts here that much. Devourer is medium card, but I guess it's okay. Maybe Flute is bad. I have many different cards, so I'm gonna board like this. We have Dismember, we have Thognuts here, we have Kozilek's Command. Yeah, probably have 4 consigned in the sideboard, but Kosi's Trickster. When an opponent shuffles their library, you might put a +1/+1 counter on this. So here, double Dismember, not that bad. We have triple removal, and we only have 4 cards that shuffle our library. We're probably not playing cards like Field of Ruin, maybe some Ghost Quarters. Merfolk, take it. No place? Sure. Labyrinth. Wizard Vial, Consigned to Memory is not that great against us. Because they're a deck that wants to tap out. When this creature enters, tap target creature opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. I'm gonna Kozilek in response. Tokens and exile. Then I tap this. Yeah, does not matter much if they put a stun counter on this. Tawara. This doesn't seem like a Merfolk. This seems like a Siren or something like that. Let's go to 17. How many Cs are they bringing? Those. Sure. Tower. Thognuts here. This takes them off. Tap target creature. They want to sink my creature. I'm fine. This takes their own target creature with a stun counter on it into the library. Okay. So they want to get in 4 damage. They will have to use Sink into Stupor. That's not the worst, but okay, they played that. That's bland. Oh, they draw another droner. Okay, that's literally Toxic Book. Okay. They have the small Merfolk. They're shuffling the both. Okay, yeah. Map comes in again, and we get our missing Tron land that is was a power plant. I'm gonna dismember this now, or they have mana for Flare. They want to sacrifice this to Flare. I'm fine. So that means next turn we have Ugin coming in, and Ugin tends to win the game. Minamo does not match. Master. I guess this will be a win. They put in the small Merfolk. Ugin comes back. Ugin kills this one. Here I'm gonna take mana and play Karn. Karn kills Droner. And I could play anything weird and just kill the last card. Probably worth Chalice. So you have nothing. I have the Planeswalker power. Against Merfolk. Yeah, Ugin seems like a strong card against Merfolk. Strong. Any change to the deck? Not much. From the last list, I played a Talisman instead of the 4 Thognuts here, and I put the Thognuts here in instead of the Talisman, but not much else. There is a bit more of combo in Magic Online, but for the rest, we are fine. I'm very happy with the sideboard. There is no cards I'm missing. Yeah, sometimes Thundering Titan because it's great, but not like you always want a Thundering Titan. Round 4 against 6/6 Evers, main Trinosphere. No, I'm not playing main deck Trinospheres. That's not something that's gonna happen. I was thinking about playing Warping Whales or Chalices, but those seem so narrow. I Black Metal. Leyline got played and Sandus Launch. So let's see. Ugin, Tower, Power Plant, and try to go towards Tron. Let's see. They could have a Draco here. They could have a Leyline here, which is okay. They have 3 good different options this turn. Ooh, passing the turn is probably the worst one. Oh, they're playing the Reanimator deck, but this cannot. If they don't have draw discard on turn 2, so they are not have any instance that get there. They can surveil one of the big creatures, and that will be a shame. Maybe they draw looting. Maybe I should have played the temple. They're passing. Okay. I think we win. Versus Tower of Power. And Assemble. Thognuts here. They're playing the Reanimator deck, Because archive, I'm not here. While still holding Cosyless command, Leyline in response, so they draw a card and I take their card. 4 cards in hand. Reveal me your secrets. They want to surveil before to get information. Maybe they have a consign and want to know it's worth to consign or not. I don't know. Oh, they're playing Glimpse. Yeah. Garden player and pass. Okay, this might be a difficult situation, but they put 1 card on top. So I was expecting the Zoo deck. I was not expecting a Cascade deck. They played Plains. So do they have another? Okay, they suspended that. Okay, that means I can probably get them. Yeah, Glimpse is very cool. So I've played a ton of Glimpse. So here I take that down. I look at their hand. Teferi. This is gonna tick up. I want to. I'm not gonna tick up. I'm gonna Cosyless command for 1. Can Cosyless command again at instant speed if that's needed. But Alice Dust goes to the bottom. And I drew a card. So if we survive this turn, we win. We probably win. They play for the forest. We have 1 unknown card in hand. Northern player? No, yes. Are they casting into a glimpse? No, yes, no. Red, blue, red. In response to a trigger, I'm gonna exile Omnath, scry, and make tokens. Omnath goes. I draw a card. Another tower. And then this turn with Karn, it should be game over. Would love to have a Sundering Titan in my sideboard, but that's not happening now. Karn, probably Chalice is better because they could have a land in hand. Maybe I take Chalice. They could have a land and play Glimpse, and yeah, 6 mana is a ton of mana. Okay, my opponent concedes. They're not going anywhere in sooner or later. So Chalice stays in the sideboard. Graphical Cage comes in because it stops Glimpse from working. I don't remember. Let me see. Glimpse. Shuffle our permanents. You own. Reveal. Yeah, it doesn't put them into exile. Trinity got here. Yeah. Trinity is a card we are gonna board. We only keep Chalice in the sideboard for getting it for 4 mana with card. Yeah, sideboarding. Probably Sire and 1 Alice Dust. I don't know, Torpor Orb. They should be playing some Elementals. I think Torpor Orb is good on the average against those kind of decks. So Alice Dust goes out. And I'm gonna cut 1 Dismember. They play Omnath, but I guess that's not the card that's gonna beat me. Play it before the Glimpse. We have a very Ugini hand. I'm gonna mull. Cosyless command, Thognots here. I don't have a 7-drop. I'm not sure. I'm gonna keep this and put map back. Maybe Dismember. So let's see. I can play at turn 3 Thognots here. Fetch Maze, Surveil to the top or bottom. Okay, they put Fossil Figure into the graveyard. Devourer. That means that if we draw Ugin's Labyrinth, we have Thognots here mana. So we have currently 7 draws that allow us to Thognots here on turn 2. Ugin. That's not a draw that allows us to Thognots here. Tabland. Okay, Tabland is something I can live with. And Scion of Draco. Yeah. That's also something I can live with. I guess I'm getting the Labyrinth. Turn 3 Draco is more fast mana. So here and here. Thognots here. Reveal your secrets. I got off double Cascade card. Charmo. Okay, I do not like those Charmos. They only have 1 red mana currently. But I do not enjoy those Charmos. Oh, they drew a fetch land. That's very sad. That's very, very, very sad. So that's a 2 mana Charmo with First Strike. Yeah, okay. I'm at 16 and Charmo has First Strike currently. So here I'm putting Devourer under this. So maybe next turn I can Ugin 5. Maybe next turn they have a Glimpse. I guess they're gonna Omnath. Those are the cards they have. 8 damage flying in the air. And now Omnath, Shadless. So This is Omnath, Fist Strike, Hexproof, Trample, Vigilance. That's a lot of abilities. They drew a land, they gain some life, draw and scry while getting tokens. Tower, Labyrinth, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, this has Hexproof. Cheap card. This has Hexproof. No. Okay, I just lost. I misclicked and returned the card to my hand instead of Ugin, kill this. Okay, yeah. Not the worst thing in the world, but yeah, we can play the Devourer, but that was not my game plan here. I gain one more turn off not being dead, but the problem is that next turn I'm not able to cast Ugin, and without Ugin this is gonna be a hard time. I guess I die. Lush Portico. I needed to Ugin into Thognoths here to take Shardless and have 2 blockers for the Omnath. Leyline Binding there. Yeah, I'm gonna concede. Yeah, that was terrific. Very bad. That was very bad. Got some Devourers. Depth Stagger go. That was very, very bad. A bit short on gas. I'm gonna mold this. I need another land. So I can Ugin. I put back Karn, Leyline. I can take down Charmau. Probably the best card I can stop here. See what they do. Sphere deals with the Dragon turn 2. So this makes red. Omnath goes. Okay, that was a sad loss. I'm pretty sure I won't have one. Charmau. Okay, so they cannot Force of Vigor us. They cannot play Draco, also not Leyline. So everything costs 3. What's this tower? And we get to Karn. I guess Liquid Metal Coating. Liquid Metal Coating has some issues if they Draco, but maybe the strongest card as a whole. They'll get Bridge. I'm gonna try to go for the big play, but I don't think this card is like super great here. Yeah, Lush Portico. They have a land. They can play a spell. They have to have land because they fetch and they put the card on top. I could also draw Tron and take them off. Apparently thinking hard. Play a land, and now Karma cost 8, 7, 6, 5. Karma costs still 5 mana. What are they thinking? They are passing. Okay, that means probably Force of Vigor? No. Leyline Binding? Leyline Binding, yeah. Eat Karn. So here we play Coating and pass. So if I draw another card, I can start destroying lands. Now they are allowed to play one spell. Not yet. This smells like Force of Vigor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are still 1 away of... here comes Force of Vigor into Trinisphere and Flute. Yeah. With Leyline. Okay, and it's go time. And they are... okay. This means that they are changing 5 permanents and that my Karn is coming back. Omnath triggers. This Omnath is gonna kill my Karn. It doesn't kill it, so I'm gonna activate this. It's only 4 damage into Karn. Okay, so no more spells. They're surveilling. Karn goes to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I draw a big spell, if I draw another Ugin, I could in theory kill Omnath. Aurora Awakener. Okay, they're playing the new card. They gain life, they make mana, they deal damage. Karn goes to 1. And now, I don't think I have Alistas in my deck. Fetch land. Yeah, they have another Charma. That part here is we have 3 power plants and only 1 tower, so we cannot dodge land destruction. Surveils, yeah, surveils. I don't know what's going to happen here. What does my opponent in hand? They could have another glimpse. What's this? No, that's a big spell. Ardent Plea, yeah. Now this switches 4 for 6. Oh, that's not a glimpse. That's not a big glimpse at all. They're not playing Fable of the Mirror Breaker. They have 4 Charmos in the deck. That's something. One glass pull mimic. Okay, that was a very medium glimpse. 3 cards remaining. Maybe lands. They missed one land drop. Blue. That's another glimpse. The last one. Leyline. Okay. Hard cast Leyline. Now that's a game plan, I guess. Played a lot of glimpse and the file rate is real. Force of Vigor. So yeah. Force of Vigor. I flute. I'm gonna kill that. Play land. Okay. What did they exile? Aurora Awakener. So they're gonna kill my Karn. And this time I'm gonna get back Ugin because I have 6 land on board. Okay, yeah, you might draw. Not a very good draw. Return Ugin. It's bad if I draw a big card, but it's good if I draw a land. So, okay, we drew a land. 1 time lucky. I don't want to exile anything. This deals with Leyline. Now I get mana. Play flute. Oh, this has everything. Oh, this was a punt. I should have drawn. Yeah, because this is all colors. Okay. Glimpse of Tomorrow. Okay, this was a punt. I should have drawn the card. I was thinking I could destroy the Omnath. I would have drawn and then draw another card, so it will be 1 card deeper and Ugin will survive. So me not casting the flute and taking up Ugin was meaning I will see 3 cards deep and take down 4 more damage. That could be relevant. I have a card that I could draw, but not the best magic of my life. Things happen. Attack with both, yeah. Fair strike, normal strike. Oh, I need to draw another good card. That's okay. I think they also misplayed. They wanted to copy the Draco. Yeah, that happens a lot of you want to play the card and yeah. So misclicks once on each side. Okay, here comes Torpor Orb. Go. I have 2 turns to get out of this. Would have drawn Torpor Orb with Ugin. Then the next card with my turn, and the next card with Ugin this turn again. Temple. Okay, so that. I would have been able to draw 2 more cards if I would have not messed up. Not mess up, I just draw. Okay, I cannot see the card. Some mistakes were made. Charmer is a strong card, that's for sure. So last round against Wolfpack Geese. This hand doesn't do anything. We have the Waste, which is the worst land in our deck, so I'm gonna mull. There's a world where we get turn 4 Karn, so turn 4 Tron out of this. Maybe that's worth. I need to find land map, turn 4. Okay, I just convinced myself into keeping this hand. That's sad. Maybe turn 4 Tron with 1 Dismember. On the draw, maybe too slow, but on the play, maybe. Gran. Okay, this Reanimator versus Tower, come to me. So they could have Reanimate this turn, but most of the things they can reanimate are Archons, so I can dismember the Archon if that's their game plan. They draw, I discard, everything is fine. Long time no see. Now they discarded Archon, and we get Archon. Probably yes. A chance. Maybe we get Frogged and they don't have the Persist. I'm gonna discard Devourer here. Mindstone. And to dismember that. Force of Negation? No. Okay. We'll play Reanimator one day. Yeah, maybe. I think the deck is quite inconsistent, but I can't do. You have more than enough rewards. Your last reward was 18 months, so yeah, sure. We'll play it on Thursday. They Thuxis me and took. I would have taken map. We bought this deck last month. The Reanimator or the Tron deck? Our Tron. Yeah, I think it's a very good deck. So we have options. Our options are Tormod Script. I'm gonna go the Tormod Script route because this also stops Tamillo from getting clues and Oculus from coming down next turn. Tormod Script. Play Crypt them. They have double Archon there. They're a bit away of Tron, but they're still good. Team Vents. They attack with Gran. Tamillo doesn't do anything because they will not be able to flip it. Flip her. Oculus got discarded. Looks like literally the exact same deck. Yeah, it's probably the same. I don't play Flashbreaker, which maybe the Unearth Oculus. Yeah, this happens. And they're going to cast Emperor. Yeah, so I guess this is bridge time. They could have a Spell Pierce in hand. Okay, now we are Spell Pierce proof. They tend to not have anything to deal with bridge, at least in the main deck. If they have... What do you play instead? You can check deck. Here. You press... You type in deck, you see the deck list. Yeah. Play this deck a lot. And even have some guides and a lot of written content for Eldrazi Tron in my meta file. So they're tapping 1 blue mana, 2 blue mana. This can be flip Psychic Frog. Yes, they can attack with Psychic Frog. Psychic Frog, Tamio, Gran. So there are many attackers here. Blue, yep. Swamp. They eat, I don't know, Hugin. I'm not sure if I want to fetch now. Those are a lot of attackers that could come in. If I hit Tron, I can always crack. So I'm not gonna tap now. I want to be able to go to 0 cards if needed. Thanks to Gummy Bear for the follow. Yeah, I'm not gonna crack. They manifest reds. No, not seer. Okay, so that means I crack, get power plant, play Thognut Seer. Look at their hand. Does my opponent have Emperor, Persist, Gran? So I'm gonna take, I guess, Emperor and cast map and pass. So now we are in top deck mode. I think my opponent can still kill me thanks to putting a lot of Archons on board, but I guess that before that happens, I will be able to do something. So Frog cannot attack. Tammy, you can uptick. I'm, again, not going to fetch. Maybe if they don't eat Karn and they get Devourer, maybe. Yeah, the thing is they have Emperor, so I'm only gonna search Abstergo if they don't eat Karn. If not, I'm just gonna wait. If they eat something else, they're eating Devourer. So now I'm searching for Abstergo to finish the game. Abstergo, Karn. Can flute the Tamiyo. If opponent draws Sink into Stupor, they win. Probably yes, but I think those lists don't tend to play Sink into Stupor. Maybe they do. Main deck, they have 0 outs. Tamiyos, Ragavan, Gran, Archon, Unearth. So they could have some outs, but at least on the average list, they do not have it. So no Tawara. The mana base is a bit rough. Draw Devourer. So here I need to cast. I'm gonna cast Devourer into Emperor. That Emperor eats the Karn from my graveyard. So next turn I deal with Karn and Tamiyo. Even I think this game 1, even if my opponent draws their whole deck, they have not a high chance of winning. They are fetching at 6. Surveil, yeah. Unearth goes to the graveyard. Tamiyo takes up. Maybe my opponent does in fact play Sink into Stupor, but I blink like they don't have it. Ragavan gets flipped. Good. You have a face-up Ragavan. Can kill with a bunch of Archons ETBs. Yes, that's I know, but I'm gonna try to not let them. They already have 2 Archons exiled, so I don't know how they can ETB more Archons, but that could be a way. They could, for example, draw and then what's the name? Bitter Triumph their Archon. But they're thinking hard. Here, Abstergo brings back Karn. Opponent will mill in 3 turns if they ultimate him. I guess with all the cards in hand, they will be able to win. I prefer to kill them in another way. Don't risk that the opponent has all the cards in the world. That would be good. That's lands. Karn. 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay. Minus Karn. Escape Leveler. Play land. Kill Tamiyo. Pass. They will Bitter Triumph my Karn, probably. And now, next turn, we can go into the route of Liquid Metal Coating. Quatting. Sundering Titan will be fine, but I don't have Sundering Titan on my side. Maybe it's time that Sundering comes back. I have not been using the swamp in a long time, so maybe it's time to get back to Sundering Titan. My opponent wants that I go low so that they kill me with frog, like attack with frog, flying, and then alpha strike me, but that's not going to happen. From now on, every card I draw, I can use it, so that's not happening soon. Clockwind, yeah. Clockwind is for sure something that happens. I'm at 20 and they're at 12, but what's this waiting? They're waiting so much. You cannot draw with Mindstone because this will risk that you get stuck with 2 lands in hand. So just play slow, play your cards, quoting comes, Mindstone comes, pass. If possible, that I would have gotten Sundering Titan, but I don't have Sundering Titan right now. Might come back. Sundering Titan destroying White Regrave, Steam Vents, Island is a thing. They discard Emperor and Bloodstained Mire. Persist Emperor, sure. They can bring back Tamiyo and flip it. I think the counter is with a finality counter. The counter is when the creature dies, not when it's exiled. You can blink things with finality counters. So if you get to flip Tamiyo, but Tamiyo flipping does not win the game, just draws cards. You need to have some actual factual winning card. Yeah, they eat the frog. Frog is still big. Okay, my opponent decided that they are going to concede. No place. They could have persisted the frog, and if they persisted the frog, this was a 0-0, and I would have to move. I could start just liquid metal coating the frog so that they cannot discard after attacking. They can only discard before, but that means they cannot attack. Grafdigger Cage come in, and Alice Dust comes out. And I guess this is it. Dismember is quite good against this deck because you can dismember Oculus, Frog. Frog is not like the best dismember target. They can grow it, but you can dismember Oculus and Persisted Archon. This set can be good. We have Dover Devourer and some cards. 10 minutes for my slow opponent to win a game. If we draw Labyrinth, I can play a turn 2 Karn. I think none of those cards are very good. I'm gonna try to high roll on the next one. Mindstone dismember Sire. So yeah, Labyrinth. That's what we wished for. Devourer, Mindstone. Go. That's a strong start. I'm gonna spell PS Consign. Now the big question is, does my opponent want to play something on turn 2? Steam Vents. If the Steam Vents means I can Karn. Rock. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I was just counting what happens if I draw another temple next turn, but now I draw a temple. I'm gonna minus for my opponent is discarding cards for rock. Here comes Tormod Script. The Rogamo, thanks for the 28 months. There you got another reward. Oh, okay, I already have it. 27. Wrote it in. So every 9 months, you get to choose a deck to play. Now I'm getting my Karn killed, but not the worst in the world. What's this? Harbinger. Yeah, sure. Do you think Eldrazi Tron is a good deck for a newish player? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's one of the best decks to play if you are new. The deck tends to be easy to play. You don't need to do crazy things like compared to, for example, a control deck. Control decks are hard to play. Yeah, just mulligan well. Biggest problem about Eldrazi Tron is mulligans and what cards get with Karn, because you have to know your opponent's play deck. But for example, in my I have it here open. Here in my Metafy, in the guide, I have like a tons of examples on what hands to keep, one hands to mull, what, and how to use each card of your sideboard. So yeah. Okay, so we are getting Harbinger down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I could have played a Sire. Yeah, this is a clock. 4, 5. They might want to discard all the cards. Return clock. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 5. I think I die before I draw. Okay. before I draw into the mana. I'm gonna name Frog because that changes the clock. Draw into one of the dismembers. Yoo-hoo! Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. Drawing with the Mindstone was, I think, right. I'm not gonna let them... I'm gonna take the damage this turn. 5, and then try to... I don't want them to Thoxis me post-combat. I'm still a bit of a dog against Consign, but whatever. They draw a card. Yeah. I cannot stop this. Harbinger. They're fetching end step. Why? Swamp. Just to have it there? Okay. Yeah, sure. Alice Dust. So here comes Devourer. Let's see what my opponent does. Consign, not consign. I already drew one sideboard card. Okay. Devourer resolves. So we are gaming. On the city. That means they can Oculus this turn. Yeah, that's going to happen. They put the cat in graveyard, they can Oculus, but if they... Oof. Okay, that's a clear Oculus. Okay, looting. Yeah. If I would have Tormod script here, they could have played looting in to kill me, but double Archon. I have a Tormod script here. They are not keeping consign. They need some Reanimators. They need to cast... Oh, nothing. I'm fine with nothing. Gonna play Sire with some mana. Sire is pretty hard to kill for them. I also don't want them to discard Sire. Okay. I think this is a win. I don't know how they're winning this game. Okay, Theater. When starts their red time. 3 cards. Another looting? Yeah, sure. Tormod script is a card. Ragavan, Thoxis, yeah. You probably just have to cast. Okay. Frog, this does nothing, and they concede. Yeah, that was a win. Actually, you tend to win the Reanimator match of the Grixis Reanimator. The Gorgeous deck is a bit harder. Okay, we only ended 2-3. Yeah, I messed up the Glimpse game where I thought I could have not. I could kill Omnath. Yeah, the deck is still cool and very strong. I'm probably changing for the next day the Swamp for Sundering Titan. And I'm also going to try next day to play Warping Whale instead of the Flute, just as a test. I don't tend to like Warping Whale, but maybe the time has come to play it again. So this is probably being the next list I try next week here on stream.